Once there was a lad, his name was Joe. He had a thought, a podcast show about a game that all would play. That game was Pokemon Go.
Ho! Hey, hey, the Wailord comes as large as a ship and 100 tons. Hey, hey, the Wailord comes, he'll crush all in his way.
Charles the filthy cattle he be, no gift he open nor none for thee. The rock god of podcast is he, to host as well as yell.
Filthy hippie.
Hey, hey, the Wailord comes as large as a ship and 100 tons.
Welcome
Hey,
to Pokemon
hey,
Go
the
Pirates.
Wailord
Hey,
comes, all in his
I
way.
am Chief Rockbeard Charles McFall. And I've got Squab Ard over here. Embrace the Squab Ard. Right along. You know what I'd really love to do, which I know is not tradition with what it is, and that's a great song. I would actually love, and this is the weirdness that is me, I would actually love to get somebody to kind of metal that out a little bit, just throw some high guitars, some heavy bass in there, leave everything else the same, and just make that our full-time intro. And we change our name to Pokemon Go Pirates. No, we are the Pokemon Go Pirates, but you're listening to Pokemon Go Podcast. And Joe, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing really good. Really good. I love that song. You need to send me the MP3 of that or whatever you got it in.
Yeah, it's MP3. Yeah, while we're talking, I can probably shoot that to you in email here. But that is not what we called to talk about. Actually, I am going to go to Little Boy's Room while you talk about your experiences of the
week. Charles is running away. We just barely started, and it's already off the rails. All right. So this past week, I've been doing a lot of rocket battles because I'm trying to finish up that quest line that's been sitting there for a little while, the Field Notes Team Go Rocket. So I need to finish that up. So I've been doing rocket battles whenever I see them. And then there was also, of course, the community day. I just had some rotten luck when it came to community day. I caught a fair bit, but only ended up with 2 shinies. But I saw in the Discord that a bunch of people got a ton of shinies. So it wasn't, it was bad luck on my part. It wasn't because they screwed up the shiny rate. At least I don't think they did. And then I actually caught a wild Tyrant, and that was pretty awesome. I hadn't seen one in the wild yet. I'd hatched some, but I hadn't seen one in the wild, so that was pretty awesome as well. At least I think, caught in the wild. I was gonna say, so that was pretty cool. Caught a wild Tyrant. But yeah, fun times. How about you, Charles?
I haven't really gotten a whole lot. Actually, let me see what has been going on.
Did you play for Community Day? Because I reminded you.
No, you did remind me, and then no, I straight forgot.
Well, I noticed when I reminded you, it said Charles has his notifications turned off. Do you want to notify him anyway?
I was dead asleep when you texted me. Yeah,
and I was like, yes, I want to notify him anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't wake me up or anything, but when I got up, there was still time. I honestly, it's been a lot going on. A lot going on the last couple of weeks. And the Saturdays that I just crash out. You know what? And then I went to the director's meeting in Atlanta. And so I guess I did. You know what? I guess I did.
The Dragon Con director's meeting?
Mm-hmm. Because I turned on my gotcha. So let me do my 0 to 7 count. Grant says hello.
Hello, Grant.
So, oh, come on. What am I trying to do? Age. Yeah, it's going to be that kind of night, people. My brain is like done. All right.
Yeah, and if you want to see why his brain is done, you'll have to listen to the pre-show. Yeah, the Patreon pre-show.
I've been getting up before 8 a.m. and talking all day, every day.
And your brain isn't gone because of bad stuff. Your brain is gone because of good stuff. Yeah. And actually, hey, Kittens and High Fives, subscribed. Thank you so much.
Woo!
That was the most pathetic woo I've ever heard.
Oh no! I've seen what happens when you come home to your kids.
It's all Woo.
Yeah, Dad's
home.
here. All right. Okay, what was Community Day?
Community Day was Starly.
Maybe I didn't because I don't have a single Starly in here, but I thought I'd turned on one. So, yeah, I just had my brain was in different places and those kind of things. But no, I got Dirty Eevee. I got some little
A
pups.
dirty Eevee? Not even a hippie Eevee. Now just all Eevees are dirty?
Have you seen Eevee? It's one color, but it looks like it's two because it's dirty.
The dirty Eevee.
I caught a Laron in the wild. Not hatched, yeah. Caught it in the wild. That was very cool. Yeah, no, that's been. I think I got invited to a raid or two. I did evolve a Lycanroc.
Ooh, nice.
I dig that.
I wonder how many candies I've got for Lycanroc.
I noticed that I had the right. I don't know if it's daytime, nighttime, whatever. But I had the right things lined up that I could evolve it. Oh, I'm hatching 2 eggs. I've been trying to stay on top of that. So yeah, that's been mine. What about the Discord?
Oh, the Discord. Do I not have any? Oh, I typed in Lycanroc, but that's not the little form. I was like, it's Rockruff. Okay, back to the Discord. Sorry. I was wondering why I couldn't find Lycanroc because I haven't evolved one yet. That's why I couldn't find it. All right. So, the Discord from this past week. I went too far. You went too far. Garden.
Too far. Hello, Sammy. Tiger, Lily, Tiger. Tiger,
Yeah.
Tiger, Lily.
How's it going? She doesn't normally listen, does she? We got a new listener tonight. She's laughing. All right, so we've got Nolte, the king of the shinies. So apparently, and this wasn't on my radar, but that's probably because it's not our region. So Nolte, who is in, I believe, Australia, either Australia or New Zealand.
So.
I think it's Australia. They got a dino makeup day because there were errors on the community day. And he ended up with 24 shiny dino. That's pretty awesome. And then this past community day ended up with 25 shiny Starly. So in the past week, he's gotten, that we've seen so far, he's gotten 49 shinies. And then Kittens and Knives, did you change his name or did he change his name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kittens and Knives with the shiny Lanoon and a lucky shiny Star Raptor, as well as a shiny Moltres, the pink Moltres. So he was able to complete his shiny bird trio there. And then Pokémon Kenobi coming in with 17 shinies. So there's a bunch of Starly at the bottom, but besides Starly, Pokémon Kenobi got a shiny Kangaskhan, Chinchou, Zigzagoon, Swablu, Staryu, and Moltres. Pretty awesome stuff from Pokémon Kenobi.
Yay, Posty. Now that was the most pitiful woo you've ever heard.
Charles's mind has melted.
Is getting there. And Posty doesn't care. Posty's not even here tonight. Posty's here, be like, yeah, not here. You're not gonna be here, Posty. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, Charles. All right, so last week's discussion. Did you listen back and figure out what the question was that I cut off?
You cut off.
You said apparently you had a question in the middle of the show.
I
didn't listen to last week, so I can't even remember what it was.
It was about if we wanted to if people wanted us to post a video. But no, Joe doesn't care about what you want. Joe doesn't even care about what I want.
Oh, so the discussion that I put on Reddit is which Pokemon would various celebrities have as their companion?
Because apparently we're sponsored by BuzzFeed now.
Oh, BuzzFeed. Oh Charles. Oy. When you finally get a Buzzwole, it's just gonna make your day.
If I can get like a pin, I'll wear it on my lapel of the big old buff mosquito. I'll do that for Dragon Con. And definitely, I'll still put it out in the universe. A die cut sticker would be pretty awesome.
In like a year, when I finally get the 3D printer set up, maybe I'll have to 3D print a Buzzwole.
Somebody needs to take us as Pokemon Go Pirates and Buzzwole and give me a pirate Buzzwole, and it'll go on my laptop with a tattoo that says Pokemon Go Podcast on his chest, and everybody will ask us, what is that? And we're like, you don't need to know. You're not a pirate. Get out of here.
Pirate Buzzwole. Oh, man. Okay, anyway. We were talking about celebrities and their companions. So on Reddit, that's reddit.com/r/Pokemon Go Podcast, we have BudgetBar1123 saying, all I can think of is Graveler and Dwayne Johnson, which,
you're welcome.
Makes a whole lot of sense. And then we've got Mac825, who says Charles would have Snorlax and Joe would have Growlithe. Does any other celebrity matter?
You're my favorite.
Did we have any over on Spotify?
Oh, yes, we did. If you subscribe to the podcast through Spotify, you can answer the questions that way easily. Jacob said Bob Ross would have Smeargle.
Oh, yeah.
Zodgman US says it's not an answer to this question, but I love video on Spotify. Yes! See, screw you, Joe. You won't complain. Quib. Get out of here. I'm a new time listener. I don't know what you guys stream on yet. Okay, so Zogman directly to you. And, forget Joe, forget Buzzwole, forget all of that. You alone need to know that we are on twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast on Thursday nights. 8 p.m. Eastern. So you can watch it there, and it's on demand. And then, of course, you can go to youtube.com/Pokemon Go Podcast and watch the videos there. And Joe, I'll get, maybe I should get you access to Anchor, because we need to talk about a little bit more, but because it's going to double up on the audio going out. So we'll work on it. But Zogman says yes. See, Zogman listens to me, even if you don't. And now we have a competition of the alphabet. D, as in dog, says Giratina. That's it. Which Pokemon would various celebrities have as their companion? D says Giratina. Okay.
All the celebrities have Giratina.
But wait, there's Murr, the other alphabet person that we have. B, as in boy, says Ditto. That's it. They say Ditto.
How did you phrase the question over there?
Wait, I copied yours. Which Pokemon would various celebrities have as their companion? Kim Kardashian would have Ditto, because all she'd like to do is look at herself.
Now I'm imagining her with the Ditto face from the anime.
Oh, come on, man.
Kim Kardashian with the Ditto face.
It's a thing. I do have you one, though. Did you come up with one for yourself, Joe? Did you think of a celebrity and their podcast?
You give me yours first.
You're not gonna be able to top mine. Bill Gates. Let's see how smart everybody is and pays attention in the world. Bill Gates is a celebrity, and Buzzwole as his Pokemon.
What?
And if you know why, it makes sense. And if you don't know why, everybody just thinks I'm crazy anyway.
Why? You're gonna have to explain to me now. I need it.
It's a TED Talk, man. It's a TED Talk. It's actually one of the best TED Talks I've ever watched. Sorry, I'll break it down for everybody who's going to be like, I'm not going to watch some TED Talk. That might make me smart, like Joe here. I'm sorry. Don't be like Joe. Be like me. Watch TED Talks. But when Bill Gates did his TED Talk, is about fresh water. And mosquitoes grow in not fresh water in most of the world, right? And so in this room of people who pay a lot of money, it's a small group, TED Talks are a small amount of people who pay a lot of money to be there. He literally opened up a thing and let a ton of mosquitoes out into the room. And then went on to through 30 minutes of talking about clean water and why it's important in the world. Now you have to remove the mosquitoes and all this other stuff.
Okay. All right. There you go. So mine is Zachary Levi. Okay. And I've got two different options. Okay. So, well, I'm going to go with the first one. Pikachu. And when he says Shazam, Pikachu gets the outfit. Okay. And then we've got Mandy Moore. Okay. So
I thought we said celebrities.
She's a celebrity.
Oh, Joe. Stuck in the 90s. All right, carry on.
She's done a lot of voice acting more, so she got out of live action stuff. For instance, the reason why I'm thinking of her is from Tangled. She is Rapunzel.
Yeah, you know what? She was great as the horse.
And so... and
I'm sorry. What's her Pokemon?
Clearly, her Pokemon is Kecleon.
Oh yeah, very good, very good, very smart.
The horse.
Do you have a question for tonight?
Not yet, but I'm sure you'll think of one and then I'll forget it.
I got it. And Kittens and Knives, you need to come cut the underscore out of his name if he forgets it at the end of the show. Okay? Since Joe just wants to be clickbait and do all this BuzzFeed crap, what game character outside of Pokemon would have a Pokemon, and which one would it be? Like a Zelda, a Mario, whatever. What game hero, whatever. What game character that you like? You know what? I'll rephrase, Joe. Make it simpler. Your favorite game character, which Pokemon would they have?
All right.
And the caveat is it has to be outside of Pokemon. Because you can be like, well, Ash is my favorite or whatever. That's fine if Ash is your favorite. Then your second favorite, something outside of Pokemon. So, so that was the discussion. Sweet. Let's put in the marker, and then we'll hit the break here. We'll be right back with all 2,000 headlines that Joe had to get over here.
You're welcome.
No, stop talking to me. I clicked over here. There we go. No? There we go.
No, stop talking to me, criminal.
Hey, I went and saw Love and Thunder this week.
Was it
last night?
Was it good? I've heard mixed reviews.
I seriously enjoyed it, and I honestly had read both of the storylines that they took and put together in this one movie. It was fun. It's silly. It's a little bit goofier than you might expect from a Marvel film, but what we're learning to expect from Thor. And I enjoyed it. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'll just wait till it comes to Disney Plus.
A lot of people are saying that. And honestly, I mean, for me, that's true of any movie, but it is fun.
Well, I didn't wait on Spider-Man, but then again, it didn't come to Disney Plus because it's Sony. So, but Spider-Man was fantastic.
Sony. You still haven't seen Far From Right or whatever it's called?
Far From Right.
I don't know, whatever the newest Spider-Man was called.
No, I saw it in the theater, and then I've seen it again since then.
Guess what, Joe?
It's time.
No, that I didn't say what time it is. I said this not Buzzwole. This. Good morning, medics, because that's the theme song opening to 1EMS, and I thought it was a different song that I was hitting. So, hey, medics, welcome to 1EMS. I am Charles McFall. I'm here to make your day better.
Charles needs a brain doctor.
I just haven't labeled Punk Cut because that's the official label of it, and not labeled 1EMS theme song. So I forgot. We're back, Joe.
It reminded me of all the small things from Blink-182. So.
Yeah, I get that. It's very pop punk, which is the vibe I wanted for that show. It has energy but positivity, and yeah. Say it ain't so. Joe's gotta go. Underscore's gone. Carry me home. Dirty Evie. Anyway, what we got here? I hate myself right now. Hisuian Discoveries Event Overview
What-
by Legends O Lima.
Well, you know what? What? Oh,
What?
I put them in the wrong order. That should not be first, but that's okay. We'll talk about it anyway, because
your Growlithe looks good.
I know, right? He's all right. So the best,
He's so fluffy.
the best part about this
What's that?
is I literally this past week,
Literally?
no, literally the literal definition of literally, not the figurative definition.
Definition of literal.
Oh, I caught my my Hisuian Growlithe in Legends Arceus this past week. You know, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet, but if you want to see the VOD, it is available youtube.com/Pokemon GO Podcast. Yeah, so in our notes, I typed this one. That's the main headline for this. The one that's up top is a infographic. So I'm linking those two things.
Yeah, I'm looking at the infographic right now.
In the chat here. So we're stepping back in time because Hisui
Back in time. 2 weeks in a row, we got a Back to the Future reference. What do you know?
Hisui is the Sinnoh region in the far past. So that's kind of the lore behind this. But Hisui, we've got some new Pokemon, quote unquote, debuting in the game. So we've got Hisuian Growlithe, Hisuian Qwilfish, and Hisuian Sneasel are making their Pokemon Go debuts this upcoming week, July 27th.
Yep.
So, and then for the wild encounters, we've got the Hisuian Voltorb coming back. And then most of these Pokemon you can catch pretty early on in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So Zubat, Ponyta, Onix, Tangela, Eevee, Porygon, Wurmple, Kricketot, Weasel, Drifloon, Bronzor, and Krogunk. I haven't found a Bronzor in Pokemon Go or Pokemon Legends Arceus yet, but I've found all the rest. And then if you're lucky, you might encounter Electabuzz, Magmar, Octillery, and or Gibble.
Is that wrong?
Gibble? Giblets?
No. I know how to... Gibble's easy. It's Electabuzz.
Oh, my bad. I forgot about the R. I forgot about it.
305 episodes, sir. Devakite would
Dooley
be
is
disappointed.
in the house with another subscription.
You can't buy my love, Dooley. Get out of here.
I don't know. 17-month streak is a lot of love. It's a lot of streaking.
Yes, there you go. That's the joke. Nailed it.
Dooley. Okay, bye. All right, so Kittens and High Fives in the chat. It says he's excited about the Hisuian Pokemon coming because they look awesome. Kittens and High Fives, which is your favorite Hisuian form? That's what I'm curious about right here.
I will say, as a filthy casual of the three, the Growlithe is fairly easy to recognize as far as a different form.
Yeah.
The Qwilfish, by far, is the easiest change to see that's a different form of Qwilfish. Sneasel, I know what Sneasel look like in the shadow. I mean, I can see the shadow. Oh, that's the Sneasel. But I don't know the colors enough to see the difference.
Here. I pulled up Sneasel. You can see it on the stream, the actual Sneasel.
So don't go to our stream.
So
okay, so if you're familiar with the colors, it is a fairly...
Oh, yeah, the colors are very
change.
different. Yeah. Very, very different. So, yeah.
Honestly, I kind of dig this Growlithe. I want to know what the Arcanine version looks like.
Oh, he looks mean. Well, I'm just gonna go.
Joe just
mean.
pushed that PG rating. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So Hisuian Growlithe looks kind of evil in my opinion, and I'm kind of digging it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, at the director's meeting, it reminded me because I just pulled up Trader Vic's on my phone. It's like, why do I have a? Oh, yes, right. Because I was at the Hilton this weekend. I took pictures of our room. I got to post them on Discord. I always go. Anytime I go to Hilton, I go visit Galleria 6.
6 and 7.
Yeah, so I need to post those. But
Yeah,
Dooley, you're getting the Dragon Con sticker here.
Yeah, for those that don't, he's talking about Dragon Con. Dragon Con is Labor Day weekend. Fantastic. Whatever you want the con to be, it can be, basically. And we are, like you said, we're always in the Hilton in the basement. So if you happen to be at Dragon Con and want to see Charles and I, we'll be in the basement of the Hilton pretty much the whole weekend.
Except for 2 times. One is when Joe goes be a good dad and tries to get some cool discount mystery boxes for kids.
It's true.
For his kids. The second is when Joe's a bad Mormon and goes sees the botch show.
Oh, the botched guys. That is definitely not a family friendly.
That's not anything friendly.
Nope. That is true.
Dooley missed the opening. He still nailed the joke.
It's not even friendly for the audience. They get stuff. Well, not anymore. They're better soon. Now.
Still too soon.
But that first year when they hit the guy in the face with the water bead duck or whatever it was.
Whatever it was, like a seagull or something.
Yeah, it was a seagull full of water.
That's
beads.
not what we call it. Talk about. So we got the Hisuian stuff going on.
Yes. And the event is gonna. So those are making their debut, and the event itself is gonna last until August 2nd. So July 7th to August 2nd. So basically a week is how long it's gonna last with these specific event spawns happening. So grab them while you can. They're also tossing Dialga will be in raids during this. They need to bring Arceus out, to be completely honest, because Arceus, the Hisuian whole lore and everything is all about Arceus. So figure that out, Niantic. What were you owing about?
That I talked about how the winds of blessings from his wings. He didn't have wings. Well, my good sir, his wind has got to come from somewhere. The warm winds of the blessings of Arceus are upon you.
I mean, if you give him the right plate, he could be a flying type. He could be whatever you want him to be.
I will say, for the first time in however long since they've started doing these stickers, which I still think are dumb because they don't do anything, this set of stickers, artistically, more to my liking. I love the sticker for the Growlithe, the Arcanine. I'm not sharing that with anybody. I get those. I'm keeping those. And then the Rufflet. All 3 of them. That's a Rufflet, right? I think all 3 of them. The stickers are actually, the art on the stickers is really sharp on this set.
I need to pull up the bigger. Oh, Braviary. It's Rufflet's evolved form.
Okay, cool. I was at least in the same evolution. That's good.
Yeah, I was looking. You're still looking at the infographic, and it's small. So yeah, I had to pull it up. I was like, wait a ticket. All right, yeah, but no, it should be fun. Should be good. Yeah, and if you want Dialga, especially since Dialga, I'm pretty sure could be shiny, right? Yes, so Dialga could be shiny. If you want that, the raid day is on July 31st.
So, Joe, do you think anybody could really want to play this game enough to make comments on things and yet be more casual than me?
Yes.
I do too, because User One-Eyed Banshee is absolutely in that category on Reddit. Incense spawn rate should be boosted if you're stationary and a weather warning is currently active in your region. Dude, there are weather warnings for hey, the sun's out, weather warning. Hey, the wind's breezy and nice, weather warning. They want to boost. I understand what they're saying. I still think it's funny. They want to boost the incense spawn rate if you stand still and a weather warning's there. What do you think, Joe?
I think that
How did
is
I
a
lose
fantastic.
you? It's your next topic.
No, I realize what's going on here. There's 2 sets of notes for today, and That's some that you put in and some that I put in. That's why you're in a different order than I
306, 7/21, 2022 is the actual date, sir.
This is episode 305.
Okay. Well, no, so something just updated because it did say 7/14 even a second ago, and then
maybe it did.
All right. We know who's walking the plank tonight.
That's okay. It's okay. Arceus will save me.
Good night, everybody. All right.
No, yeah, this is a great idea from Reddit user, like you said, One-Eyed Banshee, where if there's a weather warning, you should have increased incense effectiveness, because it would be the responsible thing to do, Niantic. It would be super responsible. Right? Do it. Do it. Hanky, do it. Do it.
You good?
Do it.
Your face.
Just do it.
I mean, I'm all for all kind of boost, to be honest. Okay, now I've gotten rid of the other thing, and I'm sliding back to your chart that somehow, some way, magically took us to the promised land when it was taking us to the edge of the flat Earth. All right, so me and play with notable trainers. I call BS because we are not on this list. Adam, how did Adam and Ken get on this list and not us? Oh, I know. This is that worthless Strike Force team. Never mind.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because GoCast is on there too. Kyle, Chris, just like you said. But those two. Well, and in their defense, they're pretty cool guys. And the last couple
Adam?
of years.
Oh no! I get to tell my joke. Adam, Ken, and Kyle are the dirty hippie Eevees of podcasting. I said it.
Well, and then they've also got It's Super Effective, who's also a podcaster.
Yeah, he's the Pidgey.
So it's fun. It's kind of interesting how all of the podcasters, they list their podcast underneath it, so you can tell who the podcasters are. They've been reaching out to podcasters more, but not us.
Cricket tots. All we hear. Cricket tots. Cricket. Moving on.
It's because I guess Uncle Hanky just doesn't like you anymore. You're not his favorite nephew.
Okay, to be fair, I was never his favorite nephew. Okay, these are Seattle guided treks. This is a whole new thing to be calling it a guided trek. During these guided treks, trainers will join forces with, that'd be you and us, with these notable trainers to explore, catch Pokemon, and battle and race together. If they're streaming tonight, we're rating them and we are razzing the crap out of them. By the way,
I would guess that they're not streaming tonight and that they're already in Seattle since this starts tomorrow.
Joe, if we were in Seattle at a hotel, what would we be doing tonight?
Sleeping. Dooley asks if Puckle is on the list. Puckle is not on the list, which is a shame. Puckle's pretty awesome. No, Puckle's not Bagel.
I know. I said neither is Bagel Noob.
Oh.
All right. So
could you imagine? I could just imagine the rage that you would have if Bagel Noob was there.
No, because I give the people that we consider friends of ours grief. I'm not saying I don't like him. If I saw, honestly, no offense to you, Bagel. It just, if I saw you on that list, like, all right, I see the level they're playing at. It's okay.
He really hit the hustle on that one.
that boy can hustle. I'll give him that.
Yep,
he can always hustle.
He's a character. Bagel's he's good people. He's a character.
So basically, you can show up to Olympic Sculpture Park or Seattle Public Library, Central Library, and meet up with different groups of trainers. And there are different time slots for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's interesting. Honestly, a little jealous. I would like to be I'd like to be one of these trainers that people wants to come play with. But it is what it is. They don't accept greatness. They only accept dirty hippie Eevees. So
So you're saying that these creators are the dirty hippie Eevees of the digital media world.
I mean, you doesn't work out of your mouth. I can agree. I can agree all day long. Brothers and sisters of the Pirate Church of the Pokemon, do not be dismayed. Joe and I will never charge you to come out to Seattle. You must come to Tennessee or Atlanta, and we will always play with you every time. Every time. But then we will pass the plate to get some chicken and some money. Don't worry about it, though. It's all because of the charity of Joe's children and my Stardust addiction.
Whoa. Oh, Kurt.
I blacked out for a second. What happened?
Well, you're going to black out after saying Buzzwole. Take a look at the Global Challenge and Ultra Unlock.
Okay, I just looked at Kurt's thing. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we're not picking that title.
What Ultra Challenge? So the next thing is sorry. I thought
you marked it done, but you haven't gone over it yet. How dare you?
I didn't mark
Sinner?
it done. You marked it done.
I didn't mark it done.
Buzzwole says you did, brother. Snap it to a vein, yeah.
He's like, who cares about leg day?
Hey, he's got 4 of them. It's difficult, man. Have you seen a 4-legged machine? No, you haven't.
A 4-legged leg press.
Yeah.
Oh man. So this is for the Ultra Unlock. So a special global challenge will kick off alongside Pokemon Go Fest. So this is for everybody. This isn't just for the people who are in Seattle. And so for the next Friday through Sunday, we can participate anywhere we are, and you'll get double experience for doing raids. And then the Ultra Unlock, the Hisuian Discoveries, which we have that already listed. So that it's going to happen. We all know it is. And then there's a collection challenge that kicks off tomorrow and goes through the weekend, where you're trying to capture Slowpoke, Krabby, Staryu, Qwilfish, Mantine, and Clamperl during the event as well. And they have Buzzwole in the art, but they don't mention Buzzwole anywhere. If someone has an actual source or anything, because I haven't seen anything giving details about Buzzwole in there. So anyway, Buzzwole is most likely coming.
He's in the artwork.
He's in the artwork. I assume
he's predominantly dominating the artwork.
Yeah,
actually,
maybe it'll be like I guessed, where he's gonna be the what do they call them? The dimension raids or whatever those are called, instead of the space jellyfish.
It looks like he can come from space.
Yeah, well, he's an ultra beast, just like the space jellyfish.
Okay,
they're the same classification. So, but
yeah, for TragCon, I just want to get a big buff muscle suit, a big paper towel cone, and just have Ultra Beast mode written on the shirt.
I might have to look and see. I bet they've got blow up, kind of like the T-Rexes. I bet they've got a blow up of Buzzwole.
I have got a Slurpee that says it does. Nobody has that. Nobody. Buzzwole is not nearly as important to have an inflatable costume.
You never know. You never know.
I'm pretty sure I can guess. I'm pretty sure Kids and Knives has got my back in this one. Okay, so Community Day, while you look that up feverishly, because you're a grown man who wants an inflatable Buzzwole outfit. August 2022 Community Day is Galarian Zigzagoon. Not too shabby. Not it's specifically Galarian, so it's the Kiss form of it. And then the featured attacks for Obstagoon, which is very Kiss form. if you evolve it up to 5 hours after the event, of course, during the event or up to 5 hours after, you can get the charge attack Obstruct, which is what happens if you don't eat enough fiber in your diet.
Well, what's nice about it is it's guaranteed to increase the user's defense and lower the opponent's defense, which, as far as I know, this might be the first one that's guaranteed the effect. Because all the other ones, I think it's a percentage chance. I could be wrong. There might be other ones, but this is the first one that I can think of where it's guaranteed to happen. So, and that's only in trainer battles. That's not in gym battles or raids. So, but yeah. Interesting.
Ooh, we got a first-time chat from Zay. You want to become famous? Obviously, we don't, because we're not ever going to get picked to go to Seattle, Zay. So no, I'm done trying to be famous. Screw that noise. Moving on.
You're already famous in certain circles. More like infamous.
the 7 circles of hell. So what's this with the bonus groups? This is the first time I've seen this. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. local time. We're together with other trainers to unlock additional bonuses.
Bonus groups. Where are you seeing that one?
Scroll down on that same thing below the community day $signs and the event bonuses. There's bonuses for groups. So basically, if enough Pokemon in general are caught by trainers with help from a single lure module, a wild Galarian Lanoon will appear near that Pokestop. Okay, so it's not the first. I just didn't notice. I didn't realize it's called bonus for groups. I knew they'd done this before. It was just that specific phrasing that.
Yeah, where the middle form is there. Yep.
Gotcha. Then after the 3-hour community day event ends, trainers will be able to challenge unique 4-star raid battles. Claiming victory in one of these raids will cause more Galarian Zigzagoon to appear around the gym that hosted the raid for 30 minutes. Has anybody really participated in that? I'm curious to see what you think of it if you've participated. Like, is it really cool that all of a sudden there's a bunch more, or is it just like, it's just like a regular day? I mean, not a regular day, a regular community day is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, the place I go to for when I'm trying to go ham on community day has so many spawns that it doesn't really matter. But for people who don't have a place like that, I could see this being a great advantage.
Hey, you want to hear something shocking?
Oh, okay. Kittens and High Fives has a good one there. Apparently, the community day spawns after a raid will actually continue after the time is up. I didn't realize that. So that's a way to get some extra community day spawns as well. If you do a raid right before community day is up. Interesting.
Yes, Tuga throws. He's always like, I got to eat lunch. I can't play. I don't know. That's not her voice at all. I don't know why I did that. But there you go. If you get off work now, you can go beat some raids. But you know what? Remote raids cannot be used at all for this. Yet again. I'm still going to force time research. All right. Joe, now instead of Googling Buzzwole inflatables, you need to be Googling real life Zigzagoon helmets. Because this has Joe Ard written all over it for Dragon Con.
Zigzagoon helmet?
Scroll down. The items that come with Community Day. You get a hat, glasses, gloves, and a pose. The pose, is TikTok dumb, but I'll be real, the claws are kind of dumb. But you know what? If we were doing a Pokemon Go podcast panel, we would wear these hats on that panel. I would do that.
Charles is like, I don't care about any of the other stuff, but that hat. Oh yeah.
Yeah. The stickers are all right, but the stickers, that bottom one on the stickers, where it's the Zigzagoon and Lanoon together, that is a freaking Kiss album cover right there. I mean, it just is. I
with the
want a Zigzagoon all day. Screw that Pikachu. No, sorry. Man, I almost sent you a video off of TikTok. It was just a little outside of what I feel comfortable sending to Joe as far as mature language is what it had in it. So I had to send it to Dennis, and Dennis appreciated it. But it was funny, but I was like, it's a little too many F words in there to maybe make me think that Joe's going to laugh at this.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
Dennis is starting to guest on a bunch of stuff to talk about lichen.
What am I doing? I am failing as an executive producer of that book.
What's it called again? Lichen what?
Like and subscribe, man. That's the Patreon show. But it's Lichen Solomon's Odyssey. And no, I know you've seen it on the web. I have got my executive producer, one of a kind hockey jersey, and it is gorgeous. And it fits so well, and it feels so good to wear. I need to wear it every time. You're gonna see a lot of Dragon Con, I'll tell you that much.
I saw the pictures of it. It looks good.
Yeah. And you open up that beautiful copy of the book, and right there, executive producer Charles McFall. So much
in the game right now for our podcast listeners, I'm catching a Perugly, and kittens and high fives in the chat. That looks like my cat.
Wow,
that's a fat
buddy.
Cat.
All right. How can Niantic expect its established players to explore strange new worlds when spawn points haven't even been changed in 3+ years and map visuals are 2+ years old? And most people don't even realize that was a Star Trek joke right in the middle of this.
I do. Strange.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is good. And there's also, I want to add on to this because he doesn't mention it in this. So this is from Reddit user Oro Plata, Oroi Plata. Anyway, that person.
Oro E Plata.
Okay.
Because the Y would be, if that's Spanish,
Plata.
like I think it is, or Spanish based, it'd be Oro Y Plata, Oro E Plata.
Anyway, one of the things they don't mention here is they give next to no reason for people to go and do Wayfarer. Like Coach Kev does Wayfarer or judges Wayfarer submissions all the time, every week, and there's just not much incentive to do it. I think that would give us more points of interest to quote unquote explore if we actually did that. And there's things like that it's just like, you gonna do anything, Niantic? I mean, we've lived in the area for a long time, at least, well, unless you've moved, but it's like there's not much in game around me. I fully agree with this. There's not much in game for me to explore that's new. When I think explore, I think new. I don't think, I'm gonna explore the same thing over and over and over and over. So, but yeah. And
I was reading through some of the comments, and they're talking about, like when the Wild Buffet came out with the shiny, they traveled quite a distance to visit the nest. But even then, I mean, I don't think of that. Like, they're not good nests.
Maybe they should use that biome idea we had last week.
Oh, no. Maybe we should tell the task force to submit the idea for us, and maybe then they'll do something about it. I don't know. Sure won't invite us to Seattle where I have friends I hadn't seen since 2007.
Charles isn't salty at all. I'm not Nar.
I'm insulted.
I'm not Nar. You need to stop being salt.
Nar. Yes, whatever. This joke is going too far.
Too far.
Yeah, Joe, obviously, there's not a whole lot to say about that topic because it's true. I mean, it's not even a topic. It's just spitting truth right there, man. It's like, why? You're right. Why do you expect anybody to go out when you have an updated thing, the nests or the spawn points rather than 3 years? Yeah, nests, spawn points, whatever, 3 years. And map visuals are I didn't even realize that we hadn't gotten an update in map visuals in a long time, 2+ years now.
And then here's one. And this is actually a comment that I'm just looking at that goes exactly with what I was saying. So they say this is from Stinky Tofu HF. Says, I have worked hard on Wayfarer to get my neighborhood to be full of stops. After 3 years, it now has 8 stops, 3 gyms, and how many spawns? 0. Because Niantic is too busy making all these negative quality of life changes no one has asked for instead of updating their map. So they have 8 stops and 3 gyms, and I'm guessing that 0 spawns is hyperbole, but I'm guessing it doesn't have very many spawns.
Maybe I'm mentally reading into it, but honestly, when I heard you read it, my brain heard spawns, but thought they meant nests, not literal nothing spawning. But I don't know, right? We don't have context here to know the difference.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it. Only one. Yep. We have broken Joe. That's
yep.
it. Oh, it's the show now. It's too late now. This is my out, man. Dobby has a sock. I'm out of here. I have got one. Yep. I'm gone.
Texas made 006 raiding with a party of 24. Oh man, thank you.
Thank you, Texas Made.
How was your stream tonight?
I gotta tell you, if everything's bigger in Texas, that's where I'm catching my Buzzwole. That's what I want to do right there. So we've got this just in time. We've got to celebrate some new patrons, patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast. And that new patron is you. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it is time for you to become part of the pirate party and join our Pokemon party show and join in the fun at patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast. We do have some speak pipes though, man. We got 5. And it always worries me when we go from 1 or 0 to 5, 4 of which are definitively from somebody who's known in our past to have stolen this show and copyright infringed on all of my pirate prankster stuff. So yes, prankster, by the way, we are on YouTube as Pokemon GO Podcast on YouTube, so youtube.com/, but yeah. There we go. How do we speak pipe? You go to PokemonGoPodcast.com, and there's a nice little tab right on the side that says, hey, leave a voicemail. You click it, and with a microphone and the internet, you have up to 90 seconds to leave something like this.
Man, I am tired. I'm at camp this week. Actually, let's see. I don't know.
We had that one last week.
Oh, okay. That one. Okay, so what about this one?
I'm listening to the podcast. And you mentioned the show is in a constant state of flying off the edge of a cliff, but I must say, the acrobatics are amazing. Sort of a spastic Circus Olay.
All right, so the first one, so there's 4. The first one was from last week. So that was the first new one. And all of these are from Devo Saite.
Hey, Joe, since obviously you know much more about the medical field than Charles, what does it mean if I smell cinnamon toast crunch while listening to this podcast?
Well, first you have to look at it, and then it's the taste you can see.
Rock God of podcasting. You are correct. Camping is for those who hate comfort. I'm going to say that there are a few who listen to this podcast who enjoy making you as uncomfortable as I. So I'm not sure the correlation of those 2 points, but now I leave it up to you to figure out.
So now we're pod camping? Is that what he's saying? Because I'm always uncomfortable? All right. One last one. Here's last speak pipe. Let's roll the dice to see if it's Barry Falk.
Hey, Charles, thanks for...
Nope. It's not Barry Falk. Moving on.
Hey, Charles, thanks for welcoming me back to air conditioning and the comforts of the great indoor. Amen.
So for all the new listeners, there's a preacher who shows up here and preaches the blessings of the Lord and Savior Arceus, and also expands. I don't know.
Expounds.
He talks about how air conditioning is great and camping's of the devil. So there you go. So all right, Joe.
All right.
Enough of your
all right.
Enough of your underscore shenanigans. Here we go.
Hey, Joe. What time is it?
It is time for random trivia. And this week, we're going to talk about Zigzagoon, specifically the Galarian Zigzagoon. It is a dark normal type. It is the tiny raccoon Pokemon. It evolves into Linoon, the rushing Pokemon, and then it evolves into Obstagoon, the blocking Pokemon. Zigzagoon's Pokedex entry for the Galarian form is its relentlessness has it constantly running around. If it sees another Pokemon, it will purposely run into them in order to start a fight. Sounds like some people in my high school. The
His sister. He's talking about his sister.
Well, I mean, she did get in a couple of fights in high school, so there's that.
With you?
Have you looked at the shiny form of Galarian Zigzagoon or Obstagoon?
No, I have not.
Oh, you need to take a look. So, Galarian Zigzagoon's colors are very monochromatic. They're the grayscale. But switch it over, and the grays become a sky blue, and the blacks become a pink, like a dark pink, not quite red, like somewhere between pink and red.
All right, I'm looking at the Linoon.
kittens and high fives. It is Murka, the Murka Pokemon.
Oh no, I got you, kittens. Look, Canadian, you don't get to make Merca jokes. Stop. All right, but I do. So no. It went from being the kiss of the Pokemon world to Kid Rock of the Pokemon world. Do it. Come on, give us some trivia, man. Trivia.
The name Zigzagoon is a combination of zigzag and raccoon. Linoon, so it's evolution.
My name is Linoon.
Oh, I can't even with you right now.
I can't even with me either, baby.
Oh man, Linoon's Pokedex entry says this very aggressive Pokemon will recklessly challenge opponents stronger than itself. There's a bunch of Pokemon that say that in their Pokedex entries. Linoon is a combination of line and raccoon. So the zigzag is a reference to the fur, because it's a zigzag fur. The line is also a reference to the stylization of Linoon. And then we've got Obstagoon, which only has a Galarian form, because that's not what normal Linoon evolves into. So the regular Linoon evolves into... it doesn't evolve, sorry. The regular Linoon is the final form. But yeah, no, and then the Galarian form gets the third form. So Obstagoon's Pokedex entry states that... Where'd it go? There it goes. It evolved after experiencing numerous fights that it started itself. While crossing its arms, it lets out a shout that would make any opponent flinch. That sounds like Kid Rock as well. Obstagoon is a combination of obstacle and raccoon, and yeah, no, you could definitely tell the shiny form on this. It is not a subtle shift like other Pokemon.
It has fireworks and everything.
Yeah, it went full on shiny. So, yeah, he looks a bit like a European badger, with a mixture of a gnoll. If you don't know what a gnoll is, it's a humanoid hyena-like creature in fiction.
So what happens if you go up to this fictional badger and go,
badger, mushroom.
No! It's going Ernest, not Jerkface, Homestar Runner.
I like Homestar Runner.
We know, Joe. We know.
Jerkface.
Well, you know what? Sometimes we get some email. This is not one of those times, but if you'd like to change that, show at PokemonGoPodcast.com is where you can email us. The speak pipes like we played earlier, and Kurt is a liar. I did not delete his voicemails. I just skipped over them. You can go to PokemonGoPodcast.com, click that nice little speak pipe tab, and leave a voicemail. Reddit is r/Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitter is at Pokemon Go Pod. And let's see, I'll get that. I got to change the order of these in the master one. YouTube is youtube.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. TikTok.com/@Pokemon Go Podcast, where I have got at least 3 videos to put up by Civilian on Base. And honestly, I have had the time. And when I've had the time, I forgot they were there, because when I'm busy is when I think about things and go, oh man, I need to post that. Let me get these 10 things off my list and I'll post it. There's 3 good videos coming, and I believe our theme of the opening pirate song is going to be one of those.
Oh yeah, you need to post that like right now.
I know. You are right. So Civilian really does a great job knocking that out for us, and I do a crappy job of posting it. But I appreciate you, Civilian. Joe, working. Oh wait, one more thing.
They can find me here live.
No. Yeah, live every Thursday nights, 8 p.m. on Twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast, where you can catch up with Agua Pativio, Alice Idria, I don't know. I'm moving on. Andrea Labrador 31, Asuka Mikasa, Commander Root. I know that one. I know that bot. I can say that one. This is Danny Cakes, but with 4s. So good for you, sir or madam.
Epic Woods.
Whatever's. Yeah, not so epic. Gooch Craig.
Have this
too. Kittens and Knives, the most violent Canadian, but still nice as it can be. Oh, sorry, Stab. Hey, can't help it. Lurks, Nacha Carrasco, Panpa Welter WF, Potato Farmer _ Primordial Beat. I like that one. That's a good name. Primordial Beat. Good one. Rodmar 01, Sophia Fox 21, Sophie Cow, Sound Alerts, which, whatever they're.
Squishy
My
Twitchy.
favorite bot of all. There you go. Squishy Twitchy. Tugas Throws 27, who will walk the plank for being late tonight. And Trainer Trainer Ash New Zealand. I figured it out. You just got to be 10% smarter than the 2% that you're working with. And VOByKurt, Hot Gravy himself, is in the chat room.
Hot Gravy.
My goal is to get to a point where the ending of the show, where we read off everybody who's here, is another 2 hours of show just to get through the list. So there you go. So where can they now find you on the web?
You can find me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard. What about you, Charles?
You can find me under the desk sleeping, because I have worn out everything I have to get to this point. Or, of course, you can look up Rock Out of Podcasting, Rock Out of Pod on Twitter, and Charles McFall all across social media. Some more good stuff coming very, very soon on One EMS. And then tune in next week to hear Joe say,
What kind of chia pet is Charles? No.
Deadpool.
Charles. Oh, what was that question you had? I wrote it in the other one, but I didn't put it in this one.
Why'd you go to the other one if that was the wrong one? It said 306. Of course, that's the one that's going to get gone.